So I don't know if it's because I was out of town this weekend and distance makes the heart grow fonder in a way. I don't know. The trees seemed more colorful today versus when did I leave? Thursday.
I think it's because you were.
So that makes sense,
You
obviously.
were in a swamp. I think that's probably why.
And you were looking at palm trees.
Yeah.
And you come back to our beautiful trees. And
But
you're
I
like,
like,
all right, this is great.
like it because you're finding the positives because we do still have leaves on the trees and.
It is festive.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's festive.
For now, and I think we're going to lose
until November.
The remainder this weekend.
This week.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the end of that. But it is still nice out. We do have a couple showers out there, sprinkles more than anything, with the more consistent rain over down East Maine. And that's because there was a low off to our north and east, so it kind of backed some of that precipitation in. That's why the showers are moving in that direction as well, moving kind of in an unusual direction. Those showers will continue. And then after sunset, they'll settle down pretty quickly, dropping down into the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees across most of the state, but the mountains will be closer to freezing by early tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's a nicer day because it's more consistently sunny. And temperatures are similar, they're about 50 to 55, but I think the sun makes a huge difference, right, as it often does, in what it feels like to be outside. We kind of do the same thing on Wednesday, a mixture of sun and clouds, but generally sunnier than today with more clouds along the coastline. Temperatures struggle there to about 50, maybe low 50s for highs on Wednesday, but I think Tuesday's the sunniest day, Wednesday's in between, and then the first half of Thursday we're cloudy before our next system moves in on Thursday, midday into the afternoon as a period of rain. The models really struggled with this last week, and it had to do with what we're about to talk about, which is the tropics and Melissa hurricane down there. But for us, the impacts are going to be that showers start breaking out on Thursday afternoon, especially along the coast and southern Maine, turning into a more consistent rain overnight Thursday into Friday. But it looks like this moves pretty quickly. Downpours, some gusty winds, but by the middle of the day, we've got it over the mid-coast and down East Maine, and then it's out of here by the afternoon, in which case we might be able to actually carve out some nice late afternoon hours over southern Maine and western Maine, especially in the low 60s. So that's something to watch. As far as wind goes, it's not going to be enough, I don't think, for major issues, but it will be gusting to 35 miles an hour or so along the coastline on Thursday night, Friday morning. Windier than that, actually, on Saturday behind it. Out of the west, those winds will be closer to 35 to 40 miles an hour, pretty strong gusts on Saturday. So a windy couple of days coming up. Nothing compared to this, though, Hurricane Melissa with gusts now up to, so they must have just updated this advisory, gust of 215 miles an hour as a Category 5. You can see it's starting to make its turn, unfortunately, towards Jamaica. And that's the whole issue here is it looks like it's south, right? But it's going to loop back through Jamaica tomorrow morning with huge rainfall numbers, 20, 30 inches plus possible, storm surge of 10 to 15 feet, and then those wind gusts in addition. After that, it goes out over the Atlantic, and it's not an issue. But it's going to be a big issue, I think, for Jamaica, unfortunately. For us, just some rain, about an inch, by the way. There's some upside potential to that, but I would play it as about an inch because it's not going to rain that long. Breezy. Looks okay for trick-or-treating and whatever it is that you're going to do on Friday afternoon and evening as an adult, too. And then windy and chilly on Saturday, stays that way for Sunday. About 50. Struggling with that. I have the 60 on Friday, but I just want to point out that's probably not the entire state. Might be southern Maine, western Maine, gets to about 60 in the afternoon, but mostly we're living in the 50s now.
Still looks like a very nice, festive, Halloween-y weather day.
Yeah, blowing those leaves around, it's nice. Adds to it.
It's all part of the energy of the weekend. All right, Keith, thanks.